Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Florida rapper Julio Foolio dead at age 26 after celebrating his 26th birthday. Shot and killed outside a Holiday Inn hotel in Tampa. He's originally from Jacksonville. Y'all need to really sit back and listen to this, man, because this is a sad day and time. I'm going to break this down so y'all understand what happened and how hopefully we could prevent this, and y'all put in the comments as well. Let's work on this thing together. All right. Now, hit the notification bell. Keep it going. 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 Mecca one. Mecca audio. Mecca one. Mecca audio. Mecca one. Mecca audio. Mecca one. Mecca audio. I like the way it's going down. All right, now, this is what we're going to do. This is the new system. We rocking. We're going to start giving you some current affairs and all that. So, we over here, Florida rapper Julio Foolio got killed at age 26, man. So we're going to bring the news cast
Had been shot at a Temple Terrace Holiday Inn. Tampa police are still on scene of this fatal shooting. 8 News Side's Chloe Sparks is joining us live with new information. Chloe, what's the update?
Stacy, this is the Holiday Inn Hotel right across the street from USF, the Tampa campus. We just spoke with police officials who tell us that 4 people were shot here in the parking lot, and one of those people died here on the scene. The other 3 people are currently at the hospital. Now, police say they received a 911 call to McKinley and Fowler Avenue around 4:40 this morning. They say that they were told 4 people were shot. Again, 3 of them transported to the hospitals, 1 dead on the scene. They believe that those 3 other people will survive. Now, they're trying to find out what led up to the shooting. What was the motive? They're looking for video. They're looking for any surveillance cameras outside this hotel, or maybe any guests that maybe saw or heard what happened. They're trying to interview any witnesses. We're told they actually are letting people into the hotel right now. They're all actually being escorted by police as this whole entire parking lot is blocked off with crime scene tape. Now, we're told that these hotel guests should not feel like their safety is at risk because there are so many police officers out here. But again, they're out here trying to find out how many suspects they're looking for, and then again to get that suspect or suspects in custody. They said that it seems like those people who were involved in this shooting were coming to this hotel to get a room. It's unclear whether they were staying at this Holiday Inn. But again, 4 people shot in this parking lot behind me, 3 of those people injured, and 1 of them dead. We'll continue to work with police to find out more information this morning and report it back to you here on News Channel 8. Reporting live in Temple Terrace, Chloe Sparks.
A call about a shooting that happened here in the parking lot behind me on McKinley and Fowler. What we have learned, and again, this is all very early in the investigation, is that 2 cars were shot at. 4 people were shot in total as a result of this. 3 of them were transported to hospitals, and 1 was pronounced deceased here on the scene. So we are working to learn what led up to the shooting, motive. You can see behind me a lot of officers are here. They are talking with witnesses. They are looking for video as it pertains to the shooting. As far as the people that are at local hospitals, we are working to get an update on their condition. It seems like they will survive their injuries, but again, that's very early in the investigation. Those are really the details that I have at this point as we're unfolding and getting updates. I'll take a couple of questions for what I can say.
Judy, were these guests at the hotel, do you know, that were staying here with some kind of beef or rivalry? Is that...
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
And can you say anything about the guests that were staying in the hotel? Did they have to be evacuated, or were they told to stay in place after the incident this morning?
Part of the investigation, I don't think so, because of what time it happened. At this point, guests are waking up and we're updating them and we're assisting them with anything that they need assistance with at this time. But it didn't happen inside the hotel. It was in the parking lot.
And so, do you know how many suspects
part of the investigation. We're hoping to be able to figure that part out, as well as get a description of the suspect so that we can get that information out to you. But I can tell you that there are cameras here, and our officers are working to view all of the cameras and talk with people, who might have seen anything or heard anything. And I think that's the biggest thing at this point. We always say it, but in cases like this, it really does make the difference. If you saw something, if you heard something, any little detail can help us figure out what happened here this morning.
Should the people in this hotel or around this area feel at risk in any way?
Well, officers are here specifically to assist them, walk them to their cars, talk to them about what happened and any concerns. So we're definitely working on that part separate from the active investigation that's going on. I know it can be concerning to, be a guest and wake up and see crime scene tape, but we have it isolated to this parking lot area as far as the investigation, and we'll do whatever is necessary to make sure that guests are updated, informed, and feel safe.
And are they allowed to go into their hotel rooms?
Yes, police are escorting them in and out and just assisting them.
Okay. Y'all got anything else?
No.
All right.
We'll keep you updated.
Thank you.
All right, see what I'm talking about? All right, a whole lot going on. We might play some of that right there, just to get you an understanding on what's going on, right? We have to really, just, come together and work with the youth because, let me tell you about, who Julio Foolio is, first of all. He's a Florida rapper who was shot and killed in Tampa on Sunday, just 2 days after celebrating his 26th birthday, according to his lawyer. Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was staying at a Holiday Inn hotel in Tampa-area, and he was being kicked out of an Airbnb where he was partying when the rapper was reportedly ambushed, attorney Louis Fuzo, said of the statement. Now, while he was staying at the Airbnb at first, Fuzo cites law enforcement reports which say he was kicked out of his accommodations for exceeding the maximum occupancy and checked in to a local Holiday Inn. So obviously he's at the party and he probably put down only 2 people gonna be there and he had 15 people in there chilling. You know what I mean? Just saying. Now, just before 5 a.m. Eastern time, an incident occurred in the hotel parking lot with Julio's lawyers saying the rapper was reportedly ambushed and killed. Tampa police said they believe Jones was the victim in the shooting, though they added they'd have to wait for the medical examiner's office to confirm, right? 3 other people were reportedly shot, as you already heard. 3 other people were reportedly shot and transported to the hospital. They were all expected to make a full recovery, and cops are investigating the cause of the shooting. Julio Foolio first rose to prominence back in 2018 with his debut album, Sixtoven, it looked like it is. He's subsequently released a series of albums which came into peak in this year's Resurrection, which he dropped back in April. Now, his lyrics, somebody put in some Julio Foolio lyrics in there for me, man. I want to hear some of his lyrics. I'm not really up on him. I seen that he was, raising havoc, but I'm not really up on him, well, allegedly raising havoc. His lyrics regularly reference murders from around the Jacksonville area, reportedly including gang-related slayings, allegedly. That's what they saying, that his lyrics regularly reference murders from around the Jacksonville area, reportedly including gang-related slayings. Now, he was shot in the foot in another incident, last year, right? Let's take a look back, right, at some of his past encounters. I'm gonna fly back so you understand what time it is and what we're dealing with in this community that us elders have to step up the ball game on. Julio Foolio, whose real name, like I already said, is James Edward Smith, is a 23-year-old rapper from Jacksonville, Florida. On October 2nd, 2022, Foolio was pulled over by police for a traffic stop in Clay County, Florida. Police found Foolio was driving with a suspended license. His license was suspended due to unpaid traffic tickets. Officers then searched Foolio's vehicle and found a loaded Glock 19 9mm handgun inside the car, right? And as a convicted felon, Foolio is prohibited from possessing firearms. He was previously convicted of aggravating assault with a deadly weapon in 2018. Foolio was arrested, right, and charged with carrying a concealed firearm, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and driving with a suspended license. So he's been in the law. He was booked in the Clay County Jail. His bond totaled $50,000, and he was since been released after posting bond. Foolio is facing up to 15 years in prison if convicted on the firearms charges due to his prior felony conviction. That's called, armed career criminal in possession of a firearm. That automatically jump you up from 5 years to 12 years, 7 months if you've been arrested before and now you get caught with a gun. So that's why he's looking at 15 years. The incident was captured on police body cam footage. Foolio's arrest could be featured in an upcoming YouTube video, right? So now, that's where we're at with Julio. So let me say this, right? It's a dangerous time that we're in because the powers that be is still out to get us. And now with this social media, and anybody could be a star by just turning on the phone in the palm of their hand and hope they go viral. They come up here and they do some of the damnedest things. Just like, these rappers, they saying that he allegedly was talking about bodies that happened in the Jacksonville area. You know what I mean? Allegedly happened in the Jacksonville area. But the situation that we have to understand is that these young men have an art, and they create music. So that means that they also create lyrics as well, So they create music, they create lyrics, and that's what's going on with that. So you can't sit there and knock them for creating their lyrics because that's a part of their craft. But right now with them taking Young Thug to trial like they taking him to trial, for his lyrics, everyone is sitting back, many is watching, some is not, but we all need to know the common goal of what's happening with the powers that be, that what they're trying to do is they're trying to fix it in a way that, they could use the lyrics that we say and hold us accountable like they're true facts and like we swore in a court of law on a religious book. When this is just art that these young men is creating, but now they're twisting it and, it might be some truth in it or whatever, but there's always going to be some non-fiction and fiction pushed together to make a story and to sell a product. And that's what they're doing with the music. And that's what we have to understand that's going on, That's why we have to stick together, because if we allow them to get away with doing what they're doing to Young Thug, right? If we allow them to get away with what they're doing to Young Thug, who's to say they're not going to do it to the next rapper? If we let them get away with doing it, to Jay-Z, who's to say they're not going to do it to the next rapper, Like I said, Kanye West made over $5 billion that they allowed him to make. $5 billion with a B. They allowed him to make, and then he went to use his Apple Card and couldn't even use his Apple Card. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Couldn't even buy a pack of bubble gum, and he had $5 billion in the bank, and they shut down his Apple Card. So y'all understand, when you get too big for your britches, you better believe those people is coming to get you. So that's why I say, stick together, man. We in this together. And our young black youth, we should not be, harming each other much. They're shooting at each other because there's no do-overs. The victim don't get a do-over, and the shooter don't get a do-over when they put that ass in jail for 25 to life or natural life, if you're lucky enough to keep it in the state. But either way, you're living in hell on earth. And that's what I'm trying to prevent, because I survived 26 and a half years in this hell on earth. And that's why Now that I'm back, I can let you know what time it is and talk to you and let you know it's an ugly side over there. 26 years, man. This young man, Julio Foolio, is 23. He wasn't even born until, 6 years after, I was locked up. Come on, man. Now, he lost his life, and then the shooter, God forbid, he's going to lose his freedom, which is equivalent to his life, because when you're in jail, it's like you're walking dead and you buried alive, because nothing moved. I didn't see no phone. I didn't touch a tree for over 20 years, over 2 decades before I touched the tree or even touched the leaf. So that's what you youngins want? They got it, man. And then they got factories in there where you could work and make a whole 69 cents an hour. Minimum wage ain't enough for you to work. Never would you go work at McDonald's. But once they put you on that inside and your family cut you off, you better believe you'll go in the kitchen for 69 cents an hour and try and get as many prison 69 cents hours as you can get so you can get some cosmetics at the end of the month and a pack of Lay's chips. I've watched brothers live like that wasn't as blessed as me. I watch brothers do the dangest things for 25 cents, what we call butt-naked soup. That's a ramen soup. It's a butt-naked soup, because all it got is the season pack you throw on it. But I know dudes that been surviving on that for decades. That's their dinner every night. If the hunger pain kick in too hard, and they might have pork that night, that's their lunch as well. Dudes go buy 48 in a box and save those joints, and that's 48 meals. Those little 25-cent soup, and then they go work out and they get bulked up because the soup is all starch. But they battle ready, and they knew what they signed up for when they broke the law. That's why they in there making the best of it instead of saying, who can I call and tell on? How can I get out of here without doing my time and bring somebody else in? But the real man is thinking, how can I get out of here without bringing someone else in? And then we go to the law library. We used to have round tables in the law library. I remember one with, let me give you a couple of names, because y'all don't even know. A big boy out of Brooklyn. Rest in peace to Fat Manny. For those of y'all that know, those watch, I know a lot of people know who Fat Manny is. He had the brand allegedly called the Unknown. Rest in peace to his co-defendant, Shamik, that was also allegedly with the brand Unknown. Rest in peace again to True God, that was also with the brand Unknown. These are men that vowed to die in prison, an honorable man, before they violate the code and the ethics of this street game that we chose to play in. We don't go on the tennis court and get a tennis racket and hit the ball back and forth and then go out and somebody say foul and do over. No, we got a judge that say life with no chance of parole and no do-overs. So we all crammed up in the law library, and whoever got the same case, like me and Manny had the Kingpin case, and all of us had the Kingpin case. We had a Kingpin table where we all got a different law book and read these law books, looking in there for these keys, trying to find a way that could help any one of us out. And if all of us feel we got that issue, we sit down as a collective body and we say, hold up, yo, Manny, Boy George be there. You know what I mean? You want a Boy George story. You got Manny, Boy George, William Underwood. You understand what I'm saying? Underwood loved the law library. You understand? We had the Kingpins, Big Ted out of California. Booby from the Booby Boys, JR from Chicago. These are all kingpins. We go to the law library and we try and find one issue, and it might be 10 of us in there. All we need is one issue or one candidate to go through the door that we feel we could trust, and we let him go through that door first. And if he wins, he makes what they call precedent. This is how we had to live. This is how I don't want you youngins to have to live. You sliding on each other in Jacksonville, living in the same neighborhood, sliding on each other, living over in Chicago, the same neighborhood, Miami, Detroit, wherever, sliding on each other, right? and then get locked up. And when you get locked up, they put you in a cage with the same ones that you was sliding with, that was trying to body you because you bodied their co-defendant or their comrade. And now you're all in the federal prison. And you would just get banging at each other. And then once you go in that federal prison, it's a wrap, man. Because now you got to come together as one, because y'all got to fight 300 Serranos, 150 Native Americans, you know what I mean? 100 Bloods, 100 Crips. I'm talking about all on one compound. This is not nothing nice, man. So that's why I'm giving y'all the real so you understand. Rest in peace to brother Julio Foolio, man. Too young to lose his life and too young for his alleged killer to lose his freedom, which is equivalent, like I said earlier, to his life. Like I said, I run a gangster channel. I'm talking to these young men that's moving like street gangsters. Because I know we got the rat bastard quick to say, oh, a gangster, someone go to work 9 to 5. You 100% right, you rat bastard. But there's a whole nother world, a whole nother game. Yeah, that's your civilian game. But when you in that street, they body your man, you body their man. Not promoting violence, just telling you how it is. That's why I say don't go on the streets, so all you have to be accountable is for yourself, and you walk a righteous life and watch how and where you walk and how you step and move like you stepping on eggshells, because it's a time bomb out here now. This joint getting ready to explode, and the biggest election of our lifetime is coming. So y'all keep fighting with each other and not seeing the bigger picture. Don't get swallowed up. Don't get swallowed up. I'm just keeping it 100, man. You know, I can't be no more honest than that, man. But rest in peace to this brother, man. And, you know, it's a sad day and time. Please, y'all, share this video. Like this video, and when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when the next video is coming up. This is my new system that I put up. Just wanted to let y'all see what time it is, man. I appreciate you for coming, you know, and I love you for taking the time to listen. Let's just hope now we can comprehend, come on the same page, come together and move forward as a people and, you know, make our ancestors proud. Martin Luther King fought for the right for us to vote. We have the right to vote in November. They're doing everything they can to take out the vote, take it away from us. And then we have people that have the right to vote that say, I'm not going to vote because my vote don't count anyway. So you say Martin Luther King died in vain for nothing? That he turned the other cheek for nothing? Come on, man. Use that right to vote, man, and pay attention to what's going on so you don't get caught up in nothing, because it's real out here. It is real out here. I'm going to do a story after this coming up. It's already ready. We're trying to get it, you know, monetized and everything, about the judge in Atlanta, a black judge in Atlanta. A sister made it on the bench. Of course, we're all proud of her. And then she's in the club parking lot at 3 o'clock in the morning, fighting, losing a wig. I got the footage, the whole live story on that. Our people is losing their mind, man. Let's stop this. Let's come together, man. Let's wake our people up when they sleep. Wake me up when I'm asleep. I can stand a check-in. You know what I mean? My number is on the screen. It's going to come back up. I answer the phone. If I'm busy, I'm in the field. I don't, because I'm not going to be looking down in case two to the head, because I'm looking down to text my subscriber. Because you might be in a, you know, got your man up in the window aiming at me, you know, looking at me, and he calling your man down and say, yo, I'm going to text him now. And then I look down for the text, your man walk by and boop, and there it goes, end of story. That's how real it is. That's how real my mental is. I'm not going to get lost in this phone walking down the street with it in my face. I'm not going to be stopping the text when I'm out. You wait till I get safe. If I stop the text while I'm out, and then you hear that I call two to the head, then you're going to say, oh, shit. And then they come knock on your door and say, you were the last person that called the text. Then when you were texting your dumb ass back. You know that man be in the battlefield. Why is you calling him? That's like you calling your family member that's over there in the war in Iraq or Afghanistan, and you calling and they getting ready to, go and, the people's coming at them, and then here you go text them saying, why I ain't hearing from you all day? Because I'm in the battlefield. Because I'm in the battlefield. And you don't have to be overseas to be in the battlefield. The battlefield is the ground you walk on, because you better believe there's many oppositions against you that you don't even know, no matter how righteous you think you living. I'm even going to name one. You know what I mean? And they got 3 initials. You know what I mean? SRI. Y'all put that in the right order and play with it. But those are oppositions that's watching your every move, what you spending with your credit card, you know what I mean? What you're buying, they're watching you, man. Those are oppositions. So you don't want to be down in your phone and not paying attention and do something that, them letter boys or even those hitter boys gonna come get you. I've been on here long enough, man. Cop the book of Roaring Hollow, man. I ain't even got the book near me, but it's on the screen. You know what time it is. All right, let's get this thing poppin'.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You eat back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being in